Hi everybody, in this video we're going to see how we can build and publish a mobile app with Expo and send it to App Store and Google Play. Right, so I have a mobile app done by one of our students, Krishna, and I'm going to use it as an example. So first of all, what do you need for that? You need to have a developer account with App Store and Google Play. So if we go to developer.apple.com, if you don't have an account, you will have to create one. You will have to sign up and pay a fee, which is around 100 euros per year. If you already have an account, then you will be able to just log in there and you will see your developer area, which will look something like that, right? So I have an account, which is good, and it means that this step is done for me. If you don't have an account, then like I said, register, sign up, pay the fee, and you will have it. Then the same for Google Play. So you will need to find Google Play console website and you will have to register there, sign up, and also pay a fee, which is around 20 euros one-time payment. And once you have it, then you will have access to Google Console. So if you will be able to see something like that, then probably you will have 0 apps, right? And it means that you have it. Then with Apple, once you will finish that, you can go to appstoreconnect.apple.com, right? And you will log in and you will see the area where you can create new apps, right? So once this is done, then let's get to actually building the app. Now, what do we need to do? First of all, we need to make sure that our mobile app is not crashing, that it can start, it doesn't throw any errors, and you can test it on your devices or simulator, whatever you're using. But once this is done, then we will need to make sure that we have Node modules installed, right? Because before we will build it, we will need to run a check on that. So how do we do the check on that? In the terminal, being in the folder of your app, I would suggest to run npx expo-doctor first to check if there is something wrong with the app before trying to create a production build. So expo-doctor will check, 15 checks currently, all the checks are passed, no issues detected, okay, perfect. Now let's prepare our app for building and submission, and we will need to fill out some meta details for that, which we can find in app.json, right? So in this file we describe our app for building process and for the stores, right? So what do we need to do here? Right, as you can see, everything is packed inside Expo key because Expo will manage the building process. So we need to change the name of this app, and this app is called Track IQ. So I will say name is Track IQ. Then for the Slack, we need to put something like track-IQ. Version, we can keep the version as it is. Normally with versioning, we have the main version, then some big changes and some smaller changes or bugs, fixes, and so on and so on. Orientation portrait, if it's true for you, for your app, then in the icon we need to point to the icon of the app, which is inside the folder assets. Make sure that you have your icons there. With a default app generated by Expo, you will have placeholders, so use these placeholders as a template to create your icons. Basically the all square PNG images with 1024 pixels width and height, right? So here we already have an icon prepared. It's on transparent background, a track with Track IQ. Right, so in app.json, make sure that you point to the correct icon. Then we can leave most of the things without changing, but we need to add something. We need to add bundle identifier, right? So this would be the unique ID of your app in the store, and the format for that is a bit strange. It kind of looks like a website but in reverse. So we start with com dot, then name of your, let's say, company. We will put Barcelona Code School here, and then the name of the app, we will say truck ID. Okay, and for this app, that's all. But if it would need, let's say, if it would be using some permissions like access camera or location, then all of that goes into this iOS section. And then for Android section, a key which is called version code. So every version we're going to build and submit, it has to be numbered, and they should be different. So we will start with version code 1. And then we also need to add the package key. Package key is the same as bundle identifier, but this one is for Android. So this one is for iOS and this one is for Android. Okay, so once we have it, let's save the file and let's run npx expo doctor again, just to verify that everything is correct. If something will be wrong with expo doctor, it will give you some detailed errors and point you to how to fix them, basically. Right, for example, let's say I will mess it up and I will add a space into the Slack, which is not allowed, and then I will run the expo doctor again. Right, you see, so one check is failing. It says check expo config app.json, error validating field, Slack must match pattern, right? So it tells us pretty much exactly what we need to do to make sure that everything is passing. Right, so once we have it, now we can actually try to build. To build, you need to be registered with Expo website. So if you don't have an account here yet, then go to expo.dev and then register. I'm already registered. You can see that I'm inside my account. And then we're going back to the terminal, and then we need to run the command which is called EAS. So if you don't have this command, you need to install it globally. You can check with npm list g for global and then depth equals 0. I think 2 dashes before depth. And I already have it installed, right? So if you don't have it installed, then install it with -g flag, like npm i-g and then the name of the package. So I already have it, which means that I can run it EAS build and then press enter. First time you run it, it will ask you through the terminal to log into your Expo account. Just follow the instructions in the terminal and then you will log in, and then EAS will know which user is running this build, because every build belongs to a specific user. So we can choose if we want to build for iOS, Android or all. In this case, let's just build for both platforms, right? And then EAS will ask you a bunch of questions, and especially if you're doing it for the first time, it will ask you to log into your Apple account and I think link to Google Play account. And then it will ask if you want to generate some certificates and keys and stuff. Just let Expo do everything. So for all the questions, answer yes to let Expo handle it. If it's asking, should Expo generate this or that or create this or that? Yes, just say yes, because we don't want to do anything manually. Everything can be perfectly done by Expo. So in my case, it's asking if I want to automatically create EAS project. Yes. And also yes. And there is an error, right? So sometimes it happens that something fails on Expo server, or because there are no visible problems here. So let's try again, EAS build. And now we can try to just build for Android to see if it will fail, if we will run it separately. Okay, so it went through and then the project was uploaded to EAS server. And then in the terminal, you will see that waiting for the build to complete, right? So we are waiting. And we can close this terminal because any builds will appear in our Expo account. So if I will refresh my dashboard, I will see that I created Android build and it's waiting, right? It's waiting in line. So I can stop this process here with Ctrl C, and then I can run EAS build again for building for iOS, right? Since it failed to build for both at the same time. So now I just go one by one. Now I will choose iOS, and it will ask me some questions if I want to log in, right? If I want to create some certificates, keys, whatsoever, or reuse something. So I just follow these prompts and confirming everything, right? And then also yes to everything. So Expo will manage everything. Now it's uploading my files to the server, and I will be waiting for one build to complete. Once this will happen, then my iOS build will start, right? So I will refresh my dashboard here. Now I will see that I have both versions here uploaded, and they just pending, waiting in line to start building. So I can stop this process here as well. And now we don't need node models anymore, so I can remove them. And now we just wait for the builds to complete, right? Once they would be completed, then we will be able to download them and submit them to the stores. So now while we are waiting for them to complete, then we can go to Google Play and create a new app. So in the dashboard, we press create app. We give it a name, Truck IQ. And then essentially it's just a bunch of forms to fill out, right? So we choose if it's app or game, it's an app. If it's free or paid, yes, it's free. And we confirm and we accept and we create app. Then we do not test it, we just go straight to production because we know that our app is perfectly fine. We create a new release, so for every version we upload, we have a new release. The bundle is still building, so we don't have it, right? Now release would be, let's say, version 1.0. Then release notes, we will need to put some description here. All right, so we have it here. Then we go next. And then look in the dashboard. So we want to release, but we cannot complete the tasks here because first we need to set it up. So we expand it here, and then we start going one by one. So for privacy policy URL, we will need to have some URL of where the privacy policy sits, right? So eventually it will sit somewhere, and we have a link, right, where we're going to add this information about this app as well. But for now we can already use it, right? It can be to your portfolio maybe, or anywhere you want. Somewhere you need to put the privacy policy eventually. So once we save, then we go back to dashboard. Then we go to next step, app access. So everything is available without any restrictions. Then press save, go back. Then ads. We don't have any ads in this app. Save and go back. And in this way you just keep filling out all the forms. So you should just answer it for your app, and if something is yes or no, it depends on the app, right? Then you save and move on to the next one. Save. Okay, go back to dashboard. See it's completed. Move on to the next one. Do we collect or share any required data types? No, we don't. We don't collect data and we don't share data because we don't collect it. Government apps. No, it's not a government app. Financial features. No, nothing. Okay. Health. No health features in this app. This app is a trivia game, so there's nothing like that. Okay, then let's select the category. So we added it here. This is an app, it's not a game. And let's say, so it's a trivia about trucks. So maybe we put it into education. Okay. The website. You can put your email, your portfolio page maybe, or something else. Okay, then I think it's done, I would say. Okay, so short description. Then full description. Okay, then we will need to upload some graphics, right, and screenshots and stuff. Yeah. Put the screenshots here. Then Google also required the featured graphic, so the icon that we already have. Okay, for that one we need the icon of 500 by 12. So we can create a copy, call it 512, then open it in some image editor. And I will use preview to resize like that, and then save, close, and try again. Okay, and the feature graphic. The feature graphic must be with these dimensions. So I kind of already have some template for feature graphics from before. So I will just take one of them, let's say this green one, create a copy of that, move it down, then change the text here, so it's truck. And then I will save it as one file. So I will save it into where I have the screenshots, right? So Google featured graphics. and I will upload it here by drag and dropping it. Okay, then I will need to create the tablet screenshots as well. I think this one will not go well here. Or maybe they will. Oh yeah. Okay, so maybe I will also drop them here. Right, and then I save. Okay, then alright, so it seems that our builds are completed now. I can see that Android version and iOS version, they both are ready. So let's continue with submitting to the stores, right? So first what I will do, I will go to my expo.dev account, to my dashboard, click on my Android build and download it. So this is the ready app which we can upload to Google Play Console, right? So we go to our Google Play Console and we go to our production release, right? So we edit release, and now we can upload the bundle with this production build. So I will find it in my downloads and just drag and drop it like this here. Okay, so then there is a bit of waiting for this app to be optimized before we will be able to submit it for the review, and also check for any possible missing parts of the application setup we did previously. Now let's try to continue. Okay, what's here? Alright, this is not important, and I think everything else looks fine. We don't have any errors, just only one warning, which in our case is irrelevant. So we can press save here, go to publishing overview, okay, there is one issue, incomplete advertising ID declaration. So let's complete the declaration if this app is using any advertising ID. So in this case, no. Again, go to overview. Okay, so now everything seems fine, and I think we can send for the review. Right, so now we can see that we have managed publishing, which means that as soon as Google will approve this app, it will go live and we will be able to see it in Google Play Store. So now let's set up our iOS app in a similar way. We need to go to App Store Connect and log in to our developer account. Then we need to set up a new app, right? So we go to Apps, then we create a new app. So it would be for iOS, the name is Track IQ, primary language is English, bundle ID, this is the one we created before in app.json before we made the build. Then SKU is like a stock keeping unit or something like that. It can be anything just for us. Let's say it can be Track IQ. User access, user has full access, so then we create it. Okay, so they say that this name is already taken, so let's try to have it without space. Also taken, maybe something like that. And essentially we have the same more or less process to fill out all the forms and provide information, etc., etc. The most important is how do we upload the bill. So we can see it here. We have to upload. Either we upload it with the app which is called Transporter, or we can try to submit through EAS itself. So in the terminal, in any folder, we can do EAS submit. Okay, then let's choose the iOS platform and select the build from EAS, and it would be the latest build we have, right? So we press enter, and then we will log in if needed to our Apple account. And then what will happen is that EAS will submit the bundle directly from its server, and we don't need to download it. But if this will fail, then there is another way for us to download it, and then there is an app which is called Transporter, and we can use it just to upload the app to App Store. Alright, so let's see if it will work successfully. So while it's working, I will start filling out all the data for the app to be submitted. It's very similar to Google Play, maybe just different forms. Okay, so now the bundle has been processed and we can choose it here, like so. Then missing compliance, we manage, no encryption. Okay, save. Alright, then let's say any moment we can try add for review. If something will be missing, then we will have a list of things left to do, right? So iPad screenshots, and also we set the price. So let's set the price to be 0 for every country. Yes, confirm. Okay, availability, all countries. Yes. Okay. And then also iPad screenshots, right? So we need to open it on iPad, either a simulator or actual device, and take screenshots. I will try to just use the same screenshots, maybe resize them, although they would be distorted, so probably I will have to start the iPad simulator. So it has to be the big one. So I need to start the app to open it in simulator and take the screenshots. I will install the packages and then start it with npx expo start. npx expo start. Now once the simulator will load, then I will be able to open it here. Alright, so it seems to be loaded. Now in terminal I can press I key on my keyboard to open it in the simulator, and it will install Expo Go on iPad and launch the app there. Okay. The play screen. Okay. And instructions. So I'm done with simulator. I can close it. I can stop the app. I can also remove the node modules. Then I will take my screenshots and will drag and drop them here. Right, so rearrange them and send for the review again. Okay, now it seems that I've completed everything, all the forms needed, so I can submit it for the reviewer and then just sit back and wait for the review team to send me an email if it was accepted or if it was rejected. And so far so good, right? So now we're just waiting for Google to review and approve it. And same for App Store. So that's it. Once it will be done, then we will be able to see it in both stores if they would be accepted.